What's up, ugly ass niggas? This your boy J Miles, and I am back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your ugly ass friends. On today's video, we will be covering Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, and this one right here is our final recap of the season. So basically, the episode 10 recap and conclusion for the season. Now, if you're new to the channel, this is not like your typical recap of what you see on other channels. This is the ugly ass nigga recap. So this is how the ugly ass niggas was doing. I'm basically showing y'all how I seen it in my own way. And for the people that's been here since for a while, you already know what it is. So let's go ahead and get this final recap out until next year, unfortunately. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Now, we start things off with Kanan. Ugly as hell, throwing stuff around the room. Why, Garcia? Why, Garcia? He was ugly as hell up in there. And Juke like, damn, this ugly ass nigga mad. And then he said he sat down for a while and started crying, and she started comforting him, saying, I'm sorry, ugly ass nigga. I'm sorry. And next, we get to Neek. Neek and Akbar and Rock and Lou. So basically, Rock was telling Unique, look, ugly ass nigga, we need to leave each other's family out of this shit. I seen your little ugly ass talking to my son. And then that's when Neek was like, this little hoochie gonna try to talk to me about family. And then basically he started going out telling Lou, like, I bet you she didn't tell you I smashed. Yeah, she didn't tell you that. You know what? A couple of times. Guess what? She even called me daddy. Lou was like, Lou looked over at her like, damn, look glad nigga. You didn't tell me all that. But next, we get back to Kanan and Juke. Kanan over there, after he done did all his slobbering and all that, he went back to doing what he always do. The boy done, it's crazy. We don't got two Ronnies this season, y'all. Unique done became Ronnie, and Kanan done became Ronnie. It was Rock fault. That nigga, Ronnie had some, Ronnie had some impressions on these people. Cause he turned everybody against Rock. That boy, he's somewhere happy as hell up in hell. That boy like, yeah, take that Rock. That boy somewhere. But anyways, though, he was telling Juke that that she's the one calling all the shots. She's the one that's been always getting in the way of everything. And of course, Juke is still on the fence, but she's starting to slowly consider, is there some truth to what this little ugly ass nigga saying? Anyways, though, next we get back to Rock and Lou, and she was like, all right, little lady, you don't have your little fun, happy because you got to hit it a couple little times. Well, let me tell you this, little ass nigga, we both got families. So if mine's is fair game, then so is yours, little ass nigga. I know where that little hoochie Panessa at. I can go get her. And Nick was like, little hoochie, I wish you would. She's like, you been warned, this last nigga. But anyways, next we get to Marvin, and he is paying your boy Stefano a visit. And he's like, look, ugly ass nigga, that little shiny head ass nigga capping. Look, I never would have told him to do anything if I knew he was, whoever that little glad nigga was close with you like that. And Stefano was like, look, that don't even matter, glad nigga. We can't undo what already happened. And plus, Wet Boxing Glove Head said that it was you who gave him the order. And of course, Marvin was saying that he was lying. Back and forth, don't really matter. But what's important here is that Stefano decided to cut both Marvin and Rock off. But this is my thing. If you agreed to work with Rock, you know what I'm saying, because of she was a pretty face. I mean, you said your little Peter Walker ain't got hard in years. What's the point, this glad nigga? You ain't trying to make a move on her. You ain't trying to get her to let me. Anyways, next we get to Kanan, and he is at the grave site, right? Kanan at the grave site, talking to his grandma. It's crazy. We all thought it, since grandma had been gone for a while, that it had to be Crystal or I kind of laid out Crystal because I was like, bro, she passed away too early. There's no way they buried her that fast unless they did a time jump. But I figured they didn't do a time jump, so yeah, I kind of thought it may have been Rock. But anyways, talking to his grandma's gravesite, saying, "Look, I know you telling me to respect her and all that, but she ugly as hell, man. You gonna have to forgive me for the ugly ass shit I'm about to do." So I think that was more of a clue. Obviously, we know how this episode ended, but that was giving you clues then that that man was about to be ugly as hell. Anyways, next we get to Rock again, and she's there with Aaron, and Aaron ain't having it. He like, look, I'm done with all this ugly ass shit you got going. I'm done. It's just too much violence. All this ugly ass shit to just keep happening. And then Rock was like, hold on, Aaron. You ain't no guarantee that my ugly ass shit is what's the reason why all these bodies dropping. Like it's ugly ass niggas everywhere. David was into all kinds of things. But he stood firm and he put his foot down. I said, no more of this ugly ass shit. And then she was like, and I told you that this is a marriage. There ain't no once you get jumped in, you ain't getting jumped out. And he said, ugly, I don't care. And he's like, but you got family. Rock tried to threaten his family. He's like, I already done flew all them ugly ass niggas to China. So it is only me. And then that's when he wanted to go ahead and give her the reference of some little ugly ass thing he was talking about. I forgot what he said it's called. But anyways, he said the worst part of all the ugly is ugly. Ugly ass thing. Everywhere he went, just ugly. Ugly here, ugly there. But the worst part was that he didn't know that he was an ugly ass nigga. Just like you. So he told her about herself. Anyways, next we get to Kanan, and he is pulling up on the janitor, aka Crystal's mom boyfriend. It was like, hey, little glad nigga, what Crystal mom saying about Crystal? She's like, she hurt. You know, they had their problems, but that was her baby girl. And that's when Kanan was like, you was the problem, ugly ass nigga. He you probably right. Yeah. If you hear something, you gonna hit me, ugly ass nigga. And then that ass nigga agreed. You know what I'm saying? Next though, we just get the boy Lou. He basically was scoping out the area, finding out where Vanessa lives, so that when he gets the green light, he knows where to go to kidnap her ass. Next, we get to your boy Detective Garcia, and he's still pulling up on Juke like he Birdman or somebody. And he's like, look, your friend Crystal that you was asking me about the other day. Well, apparently, we heard from some couple of ugly ass neighbors that um, a black woman was seen coming out of the apartments that she was last seen in. And she was like, so what you saying, little glad nigga? And he's like, I'm saying you matched that description. And Juke was basically like, all right, so well, when you get your warrant, little glad nigga, you can pull back up on me. But until then, get your little glad out of my face. That ain't what she said, but pretty much that's what she said. Anyways, next we get to your boys snapping cap. Basically, the capping ass couple that has been finessing the hell out of Kanan. And anyways, they basically talking to him about a new deal that they would like to run past him, letting him know that they got their own supply or whatever, but and that putting him together with Unique and one of and their nephew, that they think it could be a very successful opportunity or some shit like that. And Kanan was mostly focusing on trying to get them to, use the NYPD again to figure out more information on Crystal. But anyways, next we get to Unique and Teresa. Basically, Unique is paying her a visit because, basically his hands is tied because Phil Russo won't let him make a move on Rock. But now his family is in danger. So he's trying to, get her riled up to pressure him to allow him to make a move. So pretty much she vowed that, you know, she would help protect his family and she would get on Russo's ass. But anyways, next we get actually I meant to go here last nigga. But anyways, next we get to your boy Early Tyler and his cousin Calvin, and basically Calvin is bringing in some food for him because early snitch is pretty spooked right now because he been snitching. Next, right after that though, Marvin bust in, knocked both of their ass over. Marvin must have been a strong ass nigga. Cause I'm just saying, Calvin here, that's a big nigga. You can't just knock him over too damn easily. Anyways, he knocked over Early Tyler. Early Tyler tried to pull a scrap. He wet his ass up. Then Calvin tried to beg for his life. I ain't got nothing to do with none of this ugly ass shit. That's what they all say, last nigga. That's what Marvin told him and served his ass. So after that, you know, brutal family affair. Laid both of their ass out and walked out. That. Anyways, next we get to your girl Rock and Juke. They are at the Lamont Diner. Juke was setting up a meet with her, and Rock was actually planning to, have a good, I guess, girl talk with someone because Rock been kind of having a rough episode so far, and then Juke come with the bullshit. And she basically asking her about what she know about Crystal and stuff like that, and Rock was like, "You can't be serious, are you, glad nigga? Like really? Like you know me?" To then basically, Juke was like, "Look, I've been watching you be ugly as hell my whole life, but I kept quiet about it. All the ugly ass shit, that's you." And then Rock was like, "Look, you gonna come out here talking ugly. You ain't no child no more now, no more. So if you gonna come trying to be ugly, you better make sure you hideous, cause I'm hideous." And then basically Juke didn't really, Juke didn't get spooked though. Really, she was like, "Look, I ain't no child no more." So let me know in the comments though if they would have got the scrap and who would have won, Rock or Juke. Y'all let me know. But anyways, um, she ended up leaving Rock there, and you could tell Rock was a little hurt by it, but she was like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Anyways, though, next we get to your ugly Italians friends, and basically we got some new information that it was Russo who was behind the death of Sal anyway, because he was the one who wanted him dead, and he got Stefano to help, clear it up. And the problem is this man was so ugly, so that made me feel real ugly. Stefano was like, "Look, I was okay with you being ugly to Sal. Who knew? Who gives a damn? It's just a scumbag. But now you pushing your little ugly ass shit up into my place. Queens, my territory. And that's just the other much disrespect." And he was like, "Well, I don't like to. I wasn't trying to be ugly. I just shut your capping ass up. Your ugly ass knew what you were doing." But anyways, he pulled this finesse talking about some. I'll tell all my boys to pull out, and then Stefano was like, you can't give me something that's already mine. And that glass nigga replied with, I give and I take. So the mind attempted the most booty murder attempt I've seen in a long time. Like, nigga, this was bad. You could have slit his throat. You could have stabbed him a couple more times to make sure he was good. I knew that nigga was going to survive. I said, bro, you barely stabbed him, McGlad, nigga. What are you doing? Had that little pair of knife. Get your little dude ass out. So, more than likely, his own people going to take him out. I'm just saying. Next, we get to your boy Lou, and he's at Cafe View. Look like maybe he's closing something or possibly getting it ready for opening. Doesn't really matter. The point is, Kanan is there, and Kanan is still in his mode where he blamed Rock for everything, and he was hoping that Lou was still in the same mindset as well. But Lou done been through some change, and we had his therapy, and he's basically embraced who and what he is. But he was like, I thought you what a dude understand is, why are you working with it? Why are you working with her? It's my baby sister, Kanan. It's what it takes to be a man. We're men, Kanan, men. He was trying to tell him, look, stop blaming all the ugly ass shit that happened to you on her. Yeah, she ugly, but you ugly too. She killed D Wiz. I killed D Wiz. That's my ugly ass shit. It's like you said. I could have said no, but I didn't. But that's what I do. I had to be a man. You know what else? Your grandma. She was in so much pain. All she wanted was to be put out of her ugly ass misery. But me and Marvin, we weren't strong enough. We couldn't do it. All we could think about was how it made us feel. We were selfish. But you know who was able to do it? Who was able to see through all this shit? Yeah, nigga. Your mother. She was ugly. That's the real ugly ass nigga. Because one thing I can tell you is that your mother, she uglier than any man you ever seen. That's a real ugly ass nigga. Anyways, next, we get to I don't forget that name. Whatever. Y'all know who this is. That lady. Whatever. She talking to Juke and Aisha, and she basically was reaching out because she heard about Crystal dying, and she wanted to let them know that she did very much still care about them, and she was concerned, and she hasn't given up on them and their career. But of course, Juke has gotten to the point where she is like, look, I ain't trying to hear that shit, little hoochie. This thing is shit dead. Now, what else you want so I can get up out of here? Anyways, next we get to Rock, and she's having her little situation with Marvin. Marvin is now letting her know that Stefano no longer wants to work with them. And she's like, man, your little ugly ass just stay messing up stuff. You just can't help it, can you, ugly ass nigga? What did she call him? One, hold on. What late? 1 minute late to $1 short? 30 little lad that your little lad just can't, you can't get right. I gotta figure out if I want something done, I gotta just do it myself because ain't nobody ugly enough to be ugly but me. But yeah, so she basically was mad because he messed up the situation with Stefano. But before Marvin walked, they was like, "Look, you ugly as hell too." And she's like, "What you say, ugly? I'm just saying, you act like I'm always the way. You be ugly as hell too. You ain't perfect." And then basically, Rock said some more dirty stuff to him, and he just gave her a F you, and that was it. But anyways, next we get a grand opening. Finally, after all this time, after everybody done been breathed, I'm talking about Famous done been breezed, Marvin done been breezed, Lou done been breezed, Ronnie was breezed, Neek was breezed. The goddamn win was Breeze. And we finally figured out after all that breezy shit. Hell, goddamn it, Chris Brown was damn near Breeze. We finally get the long await Breeze. The infamous Breeze, aka what is it? Branford Frady. The main name is Branford, y'all. Hey man, that man do like a Branford. A Branford. Hey, y'all sure this nigga didn't watch Martin too? They said he watched Jeopardy. This nigga watched Martin because he dressed like Cole. Come on now. But anyways, though, your boy Snap and your girl Pop, the uncle of Branford, has introduced Kanan to the infamous Breeze, and basically they got their little introduction, and basically we got our first look at him and what he's like, what he dressed like, and I must say he's probably closer to Ghost. I mean, pay attention to him. He's closer to Ghost. That's what it seems like he's like. And I'm a deep dive on this a little bit more in another video. But yeah, we finally got him. And then of course later they was they let him know the business aspect of stuff. And Breeze was like, "What about that other little ugly ass nigga y'all was telling me about?" And then they was like, "Oh, Unique. Yeah, he's definitely down for this type of work." And we need him for the Horse Connect. That's what Pop was saying. And then of course Pop Snap was like, at least for the short term, which is something that Kanan definitely caught. So that is something for us to be looking at right there. But there'll be another video as well. Anyways, next we get to your boy Neek, who we thought was Breeze. A lot of us, ha ha ha. But news here, he is nobody but Unique. And he is speaking to Phil Russo, and he's like, "Look, I need to be ugly, man. I can't help it. I need to be ugly." And Phil Russo was like, "You know what? Go ahead, be as ugly as you need." I tried to be ugly and missed earlier, so it's gonna be all uglies for everybody pretty soon, anyways. So Nick was relieved to hear that, and he's like, "All right, then, I'm gonna be ugly as I possibly can." Next, we get to your boy Lou. He's listening to Rock. Rock basically letting him know, "Look, Stefano, we don't know if that glad nigga gonna make it or not, but it really doesn't matter because either way, I need you to go get ready to handle that business with Nick." So, anyways, next we get to your boy Detective Garcia. He saw Kanan getting out of his car and headed to his apartment, and he was like, "Look, Kanan, I need to talk to your little glass about Crystal Bradley." And that's how it ended. But basically, more than likely, he told Kanan about the description of the person that was a black woman that was seen leaving the facility where Crystal was last seen at, or where her body was found at, or something like that. Anyways, though, next we get to your boy Marvin, and he's doing another good deed. It seems like as of now, the little girl hasn't ratted him out. She looks like she just called the police and told him some glad white dudes came and did that, like he told her. So hey, good for you, Amber. Good for you. But this thing is, I think they ain't just showing this for no reason. Next season, this might be a problem. Anyways, next, we get to your boy Lou. He has pulled up on Vanessa, and he was like, "Hey, little hoochie, get your ass up in this car." Vanessa actually tried to pull the scrap, but he's like, "Look, you don't want to do that, little hoochie. Get your ass up in the car." And this is another thing. I think that it's a different actor playing Jerome. But y'all, that young nigga forehead so damn big. I know y'all had to seen that shit. For make that man look like a black ass Hey Honor. That man forehead big as hell. But anyways, he put Hey Honor and Vanessa up in the car, and they drove off with him, along with Snick's Rilla. Next, we get to your boy Kanan, and now that he has heard the information from Detective Garcia, he is pissed and he is ready to grumble. He has gotten his scrap and he's heading out, And Juke sees him. She's like, "Hold on, ugly ass nigga. You don't even know if it was her or not." And he was like, "Tell me you don't think she did it. Tell me." And unfortunately, Juke wasn't even able to tell to with a straight face say, "No, I don't think she did it." But that was, but I forgot. Yeah, she actually had a talk with Marvin, and Marvin told her that Rock couldn't have done that because he would have known. So, but Kanan, he was stubborn. He was in his feelings, and he wasn't trying to hear. He even put the gun towards her head. That's how ugly he was. So the mind was ugly. But anyways, next, right after that same moment, Juke hurry up and grabbed the phone, and she made a call. The question is, who do y'all think she made a call to? My guess, she probably tried to call Rock, but Rock didn't, pick up. So it was getting real. Or she could have tried to call Marvin, but of course, Marvin was occupied with his own BS because Neek pulled up and was busting at him like crazy. New Diddy, and it was this. I must say though, this shootout scene definitely didn't work out the way I thought it would. I thought it would be a way more intense scene, but hey, it's a very small, short shootout scene. Um, but yeah, but next, the last and final scene, your boy Kanan pulls up on Rock while she was having a conversation with Lou and says, "Ask her, so why'd you kill her?" And Rock turned around, "What your little lad talking about?" "You know what I'm talking about. Crystal." "Crystal?" Like that nigga, why would I want to kill Crystal? "Don't play stupid with me. You know, I would try to take it up for you. I made up story for you. Even lied for you about Famous, because I know you. I didn't do nothing to Famous." "Yes, you did. Stop lying. I was thinking. Maybe it's because he lied. Maybe it's because he was what he may have said because he was snitching. But I gotta do this because I can't keep letting you take it. Look, I swear up on the most precious thing I ever had that's in my life. You. I didn't do this, ugly ass nigga." "Yes, you did, ugly ass nigga." So basically, they were going back and forth, and ultimately, the ugly ass nigga decided it was lights out. So we got a black screen and we heard the gunshot, similar to what we got with Ghost and Tariq. Now, I told y'all little glad this was going to happen, but y'all sweared up and down that it wouldn't. Now, what your little glad got to say? Now, y'all little glad trying to say, "She ain't dead, man." It was some ugly ass nigga that actually said somebody else snuck up in the house and Kanan saw them and shot them. Boy, they last, they come on, bro. Y'all must be stopped. He definitely shot her ass. You got a better case trying to say that she survived it than to say that some of them even said Jukebox came in and fired the shot in the air. Come on, bro. She ain't did no such thing. That man shot the hell out that lady. But I got more proof that's gonna be concrete evidence letting y'all know that she is absolutely up out of here. But that's pretty much all I got for y'all as far as this particular video. Definitely let me know what y'all think up in these comment section. What did you overall think of the episode? Did you like it? Did you not like it? I know a lot of people are questioning this last scene, and so am I. But let me know all of that and more up in the comment section. But like usual, if you're cool with me, fooling me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share with your glad friends. But until the next video, I'm out.